What's going on YouTube? West Hobbies RC. So as you can tell from my last video, I have had a crash with the Align Trex 760X. It was 100% pilot error, dumb thumb. I screwed up and it cost me. I haven't had a real crash in a long time. I did crash my O&P Hobby M1, but I don't really call that a crash, even though it was. But it was, towards the end of the day yesterday, and we were having a good time at the field, a bunch of buddies, and my buddy Ed, who filmed the video, he said, "Hey, let me get a video for you to post on YouTube." And I said, "Okay, cool," and got carried away with the flight. And almost 3 minutes in, after a tip-tocking pass, I pulled up to do a stall puro, and I misjudged the height, and I tried to save it, and I could not. So it is what it is, and it ended up crashing pretty hard. So I figured I would make this video just to go through, see what's broken. We're going to do a rebuild series. So this will be the first part of the rebuild. See what parts we need to order. I did start taking it apart a little bit last night when I got home from the field. Of course, you could tell skids, of course, are broken. Pipes bent and broken, so we're going to definitely need skids and pipes. Here's the front part of the skid, broken, of course. Tail blades, of course, this is what's left of one. They're complete. All three of them are destroyed. Of course, main blades are completely destroyed. The little arms, they're bent. They did their job. They bent and didn't do no damage to the blade grip. It ended up bending this screw. I thought it did some damage to the grip, but it did not, thankfully. So we got to order these arms. It did break the little end right here. So we'll have to order those or see if they might come with these arms. It bent both of those. ESC was knocked off completely. It did not do no damage to the Castle 160, thankfully. Everything unplugged. Both batteries were destroyed, and the 2-cell flight pack completely destroyed. So let's go through, and so as you can see here, little receiver tray box, whatever this thing is called, it is completely broken. It's broken right behind the flybarless unit. It's broken down here. It's broken here, so we have to order one of these. What really sucks is a little bit of my antenna for the focus got cut off. It's about a 1/2 inch, as you can tell on this side. This is how long it's supposed to be. Sorry. From where my fingers are to the tip, that's how long it's supposed to be. And this is how long it is. So we're going to have to send the receiver back to Horizon, have them fix it. Not a big deal. As far as servos and electronics wise, all the servos feel good. I haven't powered the helicopter back up yet, so I can't see what servos or if any servos messed up, but all 3 cyclic servos move up and down nice and freely. No jitters or tightness in the servos. Tail servo moves nice and freely as well. Motor seems fine. The flybarless unit, the brain tube didn't get damaged at all. The brake is back here. No signs of any kind of cracks or destruction to the case. Happy about that. So let's see, what do we need for parts? Because we need a few. So as I said, we need the links. I just popped this one back on here, but of course this one was broken as well. As you can see it right there. That one's broken, so we're going to need the ends. This arm is bent as well as the other one. You can see the stress cracking in the bend right here. So we need both arms. Blade grips look fine. I don't see any damage to the grips. There's no bends to them. This got smushed out just a little bit, but I think that'll be okay. I don't think I need to replace the grip for that. Threads are all fine and straight. I did check the feathering shaft, and it does not appear to be bent. I checked the main shaft. It does not appear to be bent either, but because of the nature of the crash and how hard the helicopter hit and bounced, I am going to go ahead and replace the main shaft and feathering shaft anyways, just to be on the safe side. $30-$40 worth of shafts. I would much rather that than have a stress crack or fracture in the main shaft and it come off in flight and cost me more money than this crash already cost me. Of course, canopy was completely destroyed in the crash. That's already been thrown away. So I'll go down here. Both lower frame sides, the left and the right, are broken. As you can see here, it just doesn't look too bad, but we have a crack here. It ripped out down here. And if we turn the frame around this way and look, the helicopter it's a little crooked. So we got to order both frame sides, both lower frame sides. Bottom plate does not appear to be damaged. I looked at it. I don't see any cracks or anything in it. Boom supports, they pulled out, as you can see here. What really sucks is both of them are fine, exception of one end. And I cannot find to buy this one end. So we'll have to be buying boom supports. As you can see, it just pulled out. I could re-glue these back in, and the supports would be fine because there's not literally a crack or anything wrong with that rod. Just the one end is broken, is what it is. We'll order a set of boom supports. Not that big of a deal. On this side of the helicopter, main gear is fine. This gear is fine. The tail torque tube gears, there is a couple teeth missing out of these. Let's see if I can see it. Right there. Right there. So we'll have to order the gears here as well. Tail boom, of course, snapped off clean. It doesn't look like it did any damage to the tail boom block. So that's good. We don't need that. Canopy mounts, this side is bent back, if you can see that there. Other side is completely snapped off. It's gone. So we'll have to get that as well. Not a big deal. See if I'm trying to show it to you, sorry. Yeah, there it is. Snapped off down there. Swash plate looks fine. Links look fine. Head block looks fine. Anti-rotation bracket's fine. So luckily a lot of this is all, okay from what I can see. Upper frame sides are fine. So luckily that part of it, it's going to be quite a few parts, but nothing crazy. As far as the tail boom, the skid just delaminated the carbon on both sides right here, which is really weird. I don't know how this happened because the skid is not actually broken. So I don't know if I'm going to replace it or the tail skid, or if I'm just going to try to, use some thin CA and just re-glue this top back on, see what it looks like. I like my helicopters to be nice, and especially this one. This was my prized possession, and I dum-dumbed it and tore it up. But crashes happen. That's part of flying. So it doesn't look like any of these gears are stripped out, which is a good thing. Everything here moves nice and freely. Blades, of course, are gone, but we'll have to order those. Tail boom push rod. There is no damage from what I can see at all to the boom rod, to the push rod. Torque tube, of course, is bent, so we'll have to order a torque tube as well. But this end looks okay. I don't see anything wrong. I'm probably going to change this end anyways, just for the heck of it. It's a precaution. But there's one thing that kind of upset me. So when I purchased this helicopter, of course, now I bought this helicopter used. It was from a gentleman who is an awesome guy. He gave me an incredible deal on the helicopter. It came with everything but the flybarless unit, the receiver, and ESC, and the deal was just way too good to pass up. Incredible deal of the century. It was flown very easily, and it wasn't hard at all. It was well taken care of by the gentleman who owned it. And anyways, so I thought that this carbon fiber tail boom was carbon fiber. It looks like carbon fiber. It is pretty. It is a beautiful looking tail boom, but it's not carbon fiber. I learned this in the crash, that it is aluminum with a carbon fiber vinyl sticker. So that kind of upset me a little bit because I thought the tail boom was carbon fiber. But it is what it is. So we'll order a tail boom, we'll order a torque tube, hang this on our parts wall, We'll order boom supports and blades and everything else we need. We'll get this thing back up and flying, hopefully within a week or two. Order a canopy. The battery tray did not get damaged, which I don't know how. It completely destroyed both flight batteries. I threw them away at the field because it wasn't worth the risk of them. They were punctured. My jumper harness didn't get damaged. So I just need to get two 6S 6000s is what I was flying in the helicopter. So I'll go ahead and get two of those, and I got to get a 2-cell 2200 for the receiver pack. That'll replace the batteries that got damaged. I got to get, like I said, canopy, main blades, tail blades, lower frame sides, the links for the head, the arms, this little front receiver tray right here. Got to send the receiver back into Horizon to get fixed. Luckily, I have another one, so I'm running my setup anyways. I've never really done a video on this helicopter, actually. Two flight videos prior to the crash video. But so I'm running a Spectrum AR6600T receiver with satellite, and then I'm running battery telemetry voltage. Now this is one thing I would like to touch on, and I'll touch on it more in other videos. But so this receiver comes out with built-in telemetry, of course. You can have your flight pack voltage, which is something really nice, and I, especially on this helicopter, really like it. One thing they don't tell you, nor can you find in the manual, can you find anywhere, and I took a huge risk by trying this because I couldn't find it anywhere, what voltage of a battery you can plug into that receiver. Not for what voltage the servos or the receiver can handle, I think it's 5 volts or 4 volts through 9 volts, but what voltage the telemetry can receive and tell you. Everybody had said, oh, it can only do 6 cells. It can only do 8 cells. It can't do no more than 8 cells. 6 cells is max. So I took a huge risk by plugging 12S into it, and it works. So if any of you guys out there are using this AR6600T or the 6610T, the carbon fiber version of this, I use a couple of those in some airplanes, you can run 12S and get your battery telemetry. Just so I figured I'd throw that out there. Anyway, so I'm past the receiver. We're running a Brain 2 Bluetooth flybarless unit, Align motor, the stock motor that came with the kit. We're running the Align metal cased brushless digital servos, stock servos that came with the kit. And then of course we're running a Castle Creations 160 HVESE, which luckily didn't get damaged. It's been doing fine. I was worried that I was gonna have to go with a 200, but I don't. So far anyways. I'm going to pull the log from this flight because I wasn't a lot of hard collective in this flight, so I'm going to see what it says. But there you go, guys. Figured, we're going to do a rebuild and a rebirth of the Align Trex 760X. Figured it's time to make a couple rebuild videos. It was long overdue. So if you guys want to see the rebuild and the rebirth of this beautiful Align Trex 760X, make sure to subscribe. Give the video a like. If you have any comments, please let me know down below. Take care and have a great day.